guys, it's Eva or Ivanovna or Lynette or Ivanovna Lynette. If you've ever seen my YouTube channel, well, welcome. I'm here to tell you today about Anchor and how you can start your own podcast. Anchor is this free tool that you can use to start your very own podcast right from your desktop or your mobile device. So wherever you are, Anchor is there with you. Anchor gives you the tools to start a podcast right from your desktop or mobile device, absolutely free. There's so many tools on here that you can use to edit and record your podcast, add music, and lots more. Not just that, but Anchor will distribute your podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever podcasts are streamed. So you have no excuse to not start on Anchor. And Anchor will also match you up with people that want to sponsor your podcast. That way you get paid for doing the thing that you love. And you do not need a minimum listenership. That's right. You can get paid with no minimum listenership. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor FM app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR FM. Do it now. Hey guys, it's Eva or Ivanovna Lynette. This is this thing on? This is my first podcast episode. Hello. I cannot believe I'm starting this literally today. I was joking about starting a podcast with my friends last week, and I'm actually doing it now because I heard a famous YouTuber by the name of Emma Chamberlain. She's had her podcast, Stupid Genius, for the last 6 months. And I was just inspired and I really wanted to do it. And she's so funny and talented and hilarious. So I thought, why not? I have a pretty, my life's pretty, boring, but there's stuff that occasionally happens to me where I'm like, ooh, I should talk about this in a podcast. So if you're coming from my YouTube channel, welcome. Hi guys, it's Eva or Ivanovna Lynette or Eva or Lynette, or whatever you want to call me. I'm just so happy to be starting this podcast. It's always been a dream of mine. And I'm so ready for this. So I don't know what I would talk about on this episode to begin with. I guess I could talk about what happened last week. And, I think I should probably introduce myself first. So, I already said, my name's Eva, Ivanovna Lynette. That's my full name. I'm 22 years old. I have a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and I've been working for the last 5 years. I'm currently applying for the third time into a master's program for clinical psychology, and I absolutely have no idea what I'm doing with my life, like most 20-something-year-olds. So if you wanted to watch something that is, or listen to something that is, top of the notch quality, I'm sorry, you're not going to get that because I'm just a mess. So I thought I would just, share my inner mind and inner workings on here because sometimes I feel like there's certain stuff I can't say, or I feel like I'm just not in a place to say it at the moment. So this is going to be my little space where I talk about everything that's happening to me or interesting topics that I want to talk about. So welcome if you're listening to this. So guys, I think I want to talk today about my dating life or mixed signals, So basically, I'm going to tell the story. I'm not going to shorten it. I shortened it for a lot of my friends. If you are my friend or you have heard me talk about my dating life for the last month or so, or the last few weeks, I am so sorry. I love you guys dearly, and I trust you enough that you're going to want to listen to me when I tell you about my dating life. But honestly, it's so annoying sometimes. So I apologize to all my friends. But if you're my friends, you've already heard the story, you can tune out for this part of the podcast. It's perfectly fine. I won't be offended. So anyways, my dating life, it's kind of in a little dry spell right now. And it just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. So, okay. So, out of respect for this person, I'm not going to mention who they are. If you are my friend, you have already heard the story. You know who I'm talking about. But I'm going to mention them anyways. So, basically, I've liked this guy for a while. For a long time. I've known him for a long time. And we've been friends for a while. And I've always had this on and off crush on him. And yeah, anyways, he's a great guy. Whatever. Don't come for him. If you know who I'm talking about, don't. He's great. But last week, I'm really, really into working out and really into fitness. And it's something that I've been into for almost 2 years. In college, I would go to the gym all the time, but I was just so tired and unmotivated to go to the gym that I just wouldn't do it. So I would and then I wouldn't. But then after I graduated college, I gained a little bit of weight and I was like, oh, nope, this is not cutting it. I got to get back into the gym so I can feel better, not just physically, but emotionally. Like, it just helps so much to go to the gym. Anyways, that's other stuff that we can talk about in a different episode. But so this guy that I've liked for a while, we're good friends, I would say. And I go to the gym all the time and we bump into each other at the gym, like literally like every single week. Like, it's a small town. We're bound to like bump into each other. So that day I have the luxury of having a work schedule that allows me to like, kind of like relax and have some downtime. So, on days like those, I go walk my dog and, I go to the gym and then I go to a Pilates class and I do all these things. So that day I had walked my dog and then I had gone to the gym because I like to do a little mini workout before I go to Pilates. I know I'm crazy. And then I was going to go to my Pilates class. So I stopped working out. I go to my Pilates class. I went to the gym. I walked my dog that day, went to the gym, and then I was going to go to my Pilates class. So I left around the same time that he did. And then I get to my Pilates class on time. And he goes and tells me, like, once I get there, I have like a little bit of time to spare. He texts me, like, he's like, do you always leave around the same time that I do? Why do you do that? You should have your own like workout schedule. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Where is this coming from? Like, I thought we were on good terms. Like, I'm sorry if I left around the same time as you did. I had to leave in that moment because if I didn't, I was going to miss my Pilates class. Needless to say, I got there, and after reading all the texts that he sent me, I just didn't feel like going into Pilates anymore, and I was tired, and I was hungry, and I just ended up leaving home because I ended up feeling like really bad about myself. Again, don't come for this guy. So the next day, it was still bothering me. Like, I really let it get to me. I had like a little mini breakdown. I had to call one of my friends and like just vent to her what was going on because we're mutual friends with this guy. And so anyways, the next day was bothering me as well. So I did go work out. I did what I had to do. And right before the workout, or like during the workout time that I was doing, I texted him. I was like, hey, can I like meet up with you to like talk about this? Because like it's really bothering me. And like, I don't want to make it a big deal, but it is bothering me. So he was like, okay, well, I'm not going to like work out. I'm going to go for a run. So I was like, okay. But he's like, you can catch me like tomorrow, like around my workout time, like before then. And I was like, okay, fine. But then I realized that I couldn't because the next day I worked all day. So I couldn't. So then I was like, I can't, I work this and this time. So he told me when he works, and I was like, okay, that'll work. So we met up the following day and we talked about it. And I did get clarification, but I just feel like now our dynamic is a little bit different and a little bit awkward. And I don't want it to be that way because we're friends. And I don't know, have you guys ever been in a situation where, stuff happens between you and your friends and you don't know what to make of it, or that guy that you like, and that's kind of like a little awkward, So, so yeah, that's basically what happened. And then I didn't mention that. So we talked, but actually, the previous night before we were gonna talk, it was on a Tuesday. I decided that I wanted to leave the gym. I really couldn't work out that day. Like my body was tense. I was just like not feeling well. I was just really like apprehensive about everything. So I was like, you know what? I can't work out today. Like I just need a day to like go. So I hadn't walked my dog that day. So I went and I walked my dog. And lo and behold, he's on the running trail. He's on the running trail. And I didn't know he was going to be there. I literally didn't know. Like, I did not know. And I panicked. So I made a beeline for the opposite direction that he was going in. And I was like, please be gone, please be gone, please be gone, please be gone, please don't look at me, please don't look at me. Because then you're going to think I'm like following you or something, which I'm not. I just always run/walk with my dog in this area, and you just happen to be there. So, I end up crossing the street, end up going to the other side of the trail. Everything's ends up being okay. And, for a good like 45 minutes, everything's fine. Like I'm in the park walking with my dog. Everything's good. And then all of a sudden, I see him from the corner of my eye come in and make a little like pit stop to the restroom. And he gets out of the restroom and he's heading towards the direction that I'm in. So what are the odds I was going to bump into this guy like while I was walking my dog? Like crazy, but like not really, because we live in a small town and everything is within like close proximity to each other. But I just thought it was so funny. So I literally was trying to avoid him the whole time because I didn't want him thinking that I was there like following him, which I wasn't, because I was just walking my dog. I hadn't walked him that day and it was time to walk him. So the whole time I was just trying to like walk around the park and make sure he didn't like look at me. I was like running around. And then he finally left, so everything was fine. So after that, I called my friends and I told them, "You'll never believe who I bumped into right here, right now." And my life's kind of crazy sometimes, and sometimes kind of boring. Sometimes I have these weird moments. But yeah, it was kind of crazy that day. Anyways, so that's my stitch on that. But my thing is like, okay, I have a question for you guys. Why do people give out mixed signals when they like someone or they're sort of interested? Like, why is that a thing? Like, I understand like when we're younger, like we don't know how to like interact with the opposite sex. We don't know how to do this. We don't know how to do that. So we're like socially awkward in a sense. But I'm 22. This guy's like older than me. So what is the point? Like if you like me or if you have interest in me, don't beat around the bush. Just tell me. Or just be upfront or just drop little hints. Like don't send me mixed signals like that you possibly like me and then I end up finding out that you really don't. You're just kind of sort of toying and playing with me, and I don't like that. Like I think it's time that we grow up and we act like mature adults and we really just communicate with one another. I think that's the biggest thing that this generation has failed to do, is the lack of communication, the disparity between, the lines of communication is just, it's huge, it's massive. And, as much as I want to blame it on technology too, like, yes, technology is a huge factor into why our communication is just not great. We are constantly on our phones looking at things. Our attention span is so small. And oftentimes when someone is talking to us, we fail to look them in the eye because we think it's awkward and it's weird and it's out of the norm. And it's honestly not. Like, I think we just need to, calm down for a bit and, you know, actually pay attention to what's happening to us. Pay attention to the person that's right in front of us. Sort of like living in the moment, you know? And, you know, that's why sometimes I'm so grateful I didn't get my first like real like smartphone till I was 18 and I had my first job and I bought it with my own money and that felt like great. But because I didn't have a phone all throughout high school, I had a little flip phone in middle school, but I would use it here and there. And then I had like a little Android phone, but it was so small and glitchy, so nah. But I'm grateful for that because I really got to like just talk to people and like, you know, really like face them. So I'm honestly old fashioned. I just love talking face to face with people. I think it resolves a lot of miscommunication and whatnot. But I'm just saying, like, what is the point of mixed signals? Are you trying to toy with me? Are you trying to play with me? Like, are you bored and you just have nothing else to do? Like, I'm not a toy. I'm a human being. I have feelings, I have emotions, I have so many things going on, and you're just trying to rile me up by pretending or looking as if you're interested, and then you're actually not, and that's just the way you are. Like, is there people that just have flirty personalities or they're just so nice to the point where it comes off as flirty? Like, what is it about that, you know? Like, I just want to know, like, you know, guys, girls, like, answer me. Like, let me know, like, what it is. I mean, this person was literally, like, sometimes checking me out, sometimes complimenting me, inviting me out to hang out with their friends, just being overall really nice, and just the eye contact was always there, never failed. And just like the proximity into which this person was also next to me too. Yeah, the proximity was a huge thing. Like, it was just always happening. Yeah, like I don't know what it is, but people just, you know, like, what's the point of mixed signals, guys? Just like, if you like someone, just tell them, like, please just be upfront. It would be a lot easier to just be upfront about everything that we like / don't like. So I know that's hard for some people because of social norms, anxiety, whatever it is you're going through, but I think we can get it done. And I would just like to say that I'm 20 something, I'm not getting any younger. Time is going by so quickly. Before I know it, I'm going to be 30, and then what? Like, people are still going to be playing this game, you know? Like, come on, guys, grow up. Like, girls, grow up. Like, come on, let's all just grow up, be mature, be civil, and let's just talk about our feelings in a rational way. All right. Well, guys, that was the end of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, today was kind of like rambly and random and just, you know, my podcast episodes are not going to be perfect, so bear with me. But I just kind of briefly wanted to share a glimpse into my somewhat, sometimes crazy life. And so, you know, I hope you guys just enjoyed it, even if it was just to escape for a little bit. Maybe you were having a bad day and I made you giggle or whatever it may be. Like, I don't know. I just hope you guys had fun. I had fun recording this, and I hope you guys keep tuning in every single week. I don't know if my posting schedule is going to be every Monday, but I'm going to try. So, anyways, hope you guys have a great week, day, year. You know, just make that your mantra. Go forth and conquer, and God bless you all. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.